Today on General Hospital, Valentin learns of Anna's situation and doesn't believe it. Felicia passes a message from Anna to Jason, and Joss also learns Anna claims she was being held by Faison. At Carly's, Valentin informs her that he's off to Windemere to finish what he started. She tells him it's too risky, and should he get caught or worse, Charlotte will turn to her for answers, so don't put her in the position of breaking Charlotte's heart. Valentin backs down after Carly plays the daughter card. Lucy arrives at Windemere with a picnic basket of goodies, only to find Gents in the living room with Ava. Sidwell explains that they are in the middle of an online art auction, and he decides to ask the chef to prepare some extra food to go with what Lucy brought. Lucy takes no time in taking shots at Ava for selling Gents more than just art, and says she is only after his money. Ava says they are only friends and she doesn't have to justify their relationship. She also points out Lucy is using her own talents in real estate to cozy up to Gents, but she hasn't made nearly as deep a connection with Gents as she has. Gents returns and asks what he's missed. Ava tells him she was just heading out, that she'll keep an eye on their bids and that he should enjoy lunch with his guest. Alone, Gents asks Lucy about the tension he sensed. Lucy admits she and Ava quarreled, and she can't stand Ava or even be around her, so he has to choose between them. In Laura's office, she and Mac meet with Dante to inform him of Anna's state and that she won't be returning as commissioner. Dante is in shock to learn how bad Anna is and asks about her mission. Mac explains Anna claims there was never a WSB assignment. Mac says Anna has a long road of recovery ahead of her, and they don't know if she'll be able to return as commissioner. Because Mac is still divided between Port Charles and Boston, they both believe Dante should take over. Dante never saw this as a long-term solution, but agrees to take a few days to think the offer over. Dante heads out, and Mac admits to Laura that he's trying to be strong, but seeing Anna in that condition tore him up. He always thought of her as so strong, but seeing her like that made him realize the burden she's been carrying alone all these years. Cullum meets Jack in his office to tell him they've found Anna in a French mental hospital. Cullum claims Anna went rogue in the field and began her own investigation, which Jack finds impossible to believe. He says Anna doesn't crack, but Cullum says she's no longer their problem and he should concentrate on finding Valentin. Cullum then heads to Carly, introduces himself to her, and basically tells her that Jack's relationship with her is distracting him from his duties, namely finding Valentin. He explains that Jack is being pulled in many directions right now and has just received distressing news about Anna. Carly asks what happened. Cullum fills her in on Anna's situation, which Carly says doesn't sound like their commissioner. Cullum heads out, but not before pointing out that anyone can crack under certain circumstances. Carly calls Valentin down, gives him a drink, and fills him in on what Cullum told her about Anna. Valentin insists the director is lying about Anna. Dante shows up at Jack's office as he's on the phone, trying to get answers about Anna's condition. Dante wants answers himself. Jack says to join the club as nobody will tell him anything. Dante says Anna swears she was never on a WSB assignment. At Anna's, Gio welcomes Emma home. She explains her grandma is in a state worse than they thought and they had to leave her in France. She cries, saying her grandma kept rambling about the dangers of Faison and she couldn't get through to her. She fears she's lost the grandma she knew forever. There is a knock at the door and it's Joss. Joss immediately notes that Emma is upset and asks if she's okay. They sit down and Emma fills her in about the visit with Anna. Emma tells her that Anna was claiming she was kidnapped by Faison. Joss begins asking questions, but Gio cuts her off, saying Emma just got home and this can wait. Joss understands and just wants to help, as Anna means a lot to all of them. Joss heads out and looks at the copy of Faison's book she has. Once alone, Emma tells Gio that she spoke with her grandpa Robert, and they think it's best she be the one to go to California to fill her mom in. She believes her mom will want them all to go to France, and she doesn't know how long they will be gone. Gio promises to wait for her. At the Quartermains, Felicia tells Jason that Anna is still in the mental clinic in France and can't leave just yet because of legal issues. She claims Anna says Faison is alive and he's been holding her captive. Jason wonders if there is a chance she was telling the truth about Faison. Felicia tells him that Anna was unraveling before their eyes. She claims she was kidnapped on Halloween and taken to France. There, she insisted that Albrecht and Peter visited her and Faison spoke to her over the intercom. Only once, briefly, did she see Faison, and she just fell apart, crying that Faison would never leave her alone. When she was sedated, that's when she asked her to pass on the message to him. Anna says only he can stop Faison. Jason asks about Robin. Felicia relays that Emma and Robert decided Emma should go see Robin and tell her the news in person. She then asks Jason to fill Jack in on Anna's suspicion that Faison was alive. Jason tells her absolutely not. At Windemere, Sidwell tells Lucy that he finds her charming and enjoys spending time with her, but he doesn't take ultimatums from anyone, even someone like her whom he cares about. Lucy says she will be going then and huffs that Gents will regret this on her way out. In Laura's office, Laura believes the Anna they know and love will come back to them. Mac hopes so, but seems less sure it will happen. At home, Emma packs a suitcase to head out, but Gio tells her that he wants to go with her. Emma explains this is something she needs to do on her own. They embrace, and she admits she's scared. He is too, but says they'll face whatever happens together. At the QS, Jason says the WSB used Faison against Anna and broke her, and it's good the French authorities got to Anna first before they did. Felicia says Anna trusts him, and so does she, so they won't tell the WSB. At Carly's, Valentin uses a burner phone to call the French clinic, pretending to be family, and learns that Anna claims Faison is alive. He doesn't believe the WSB set this in motion, but they will be held accountable nonetheless. In his office, Jack tells Dante that what he says will stay between them. He says the WSB claims Anna went rogue to find Faison. Given what Dante just told him, they know that's not true, so Anna's in real trouble. On the next General Hospital, Molly lashes out at Christina for tanking her relationship with Cody, and Jason feels like he could have done more for Anna but chose not to. Find out more soap spoilers for Tuesday, February 10 for all soaps.